Hi everyone, I'm Julian. I'm an engineer on the PM Opera team. I've done a lot of design on the cam, so we're going to walk through what's going on and what everything is on the cam so that you are aware when you get it. So to start off, we have the solar panel up top. This is what provides all the power to your community air monitor or cam. Next, we have the actual sensor itself. That sits under the solar panel right here to keep it nice and shaded and make sure it's not getting too hot. What's on the front is the cam logo and information about the project so that if anyone is walking by and sees it, they can get an idea of what that is. Next to it, we have the QR code that is going to be used by you to start your samples and to connect to the cam itself. Next, as we move under, what you'll see are all of our inlets and controls for the cam. So right here, we have a plant hour. That's what's giving us our real-time particulate matter concentrations. Next to it, we have the actual inlet. So this inlet, once we take this off, this is a protective cover that will come on your cam and that you'll be asked to place on whenever you're not taking a sample. What we see there is the inlet of the cam, and that's where we're going to be pulling air through to collect our air pollution. What we have here is an example of a filter and a cyclone. Notice that this is not an actual filter. That's why I'm touching it with bare hands and not being extremely careful with how I handle it. What this all does is it pulls air through these holes on the top and through a filter to collect particulate matter. So one of the most important things with starting your cam and operating your cam is going to be this button right here. It can be a little bit hard to see, but essentially what this is a push button, but it's also a light indicator. So if we push this button and hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds here, I can't actually see it, so I'll guess. We'll see that a light turns on. That's gonna be your indicator for all the states on the cam. So if you ever have any issues and we're troubleshooting with you, we'll probably wanna see that light, and you'll also need it when you're starting up the cam. Let's go back to the solar panel. So like we said earlier, the solar panel is what powers the cam. So ideally, it gets as much sun as possible. The more sun it gets, the easier it'll be to collect samples and the longer it'll run for. So when you're setting up your cam, one of the major things you want to think about is how much sun it's actually getting. So you want to make sure it's not being shaded by trees or a building and that it gets as much sun throughout the day as possible. In addition, ideally we want it facing south. If you have to go a direction other than south, the best is west, but east or west is best. Never face it north. That will make it so we can't really collect samples. Next, we're going to go through the interior of the cam. So now we're going to take a look at the inside of the cam. So to begin, we have the battery here. This is what keeps cam running. It's charged by that solar panel that we were talking about earlier. It's protected by these 3 pieces of foam. They never need to be removed. They're to keep the battery safe and from shaking around in shipping and during sampling. Your sensor might be a little bit different and might have a different battery in it, making it a little bit heavier, but this is the most general form of cam. Next, we have the circuit board down here that controls all of the functionality of cam. So that's going to have our pumps, our cellular communication module, as well as all the charging circuits and all of the complicated electronics that go into this sensor. And then next we have the plant hour. That's what's giving us our real-time data and allowing you to see your data in real time on the website. Finally, we have the antenna right here. That's what allows us to communicate with the website at all times and allows you to start samples, see your data, and everything. You will never need to open the cam, so everything that's in it stays in it, and you never need to open it at all. You'll never likely see the inside of this, but we just wanted to let you know what's going on in here. Thank you very much for participating in this study, and we're excited to have you use cam and to get some good data from you. Thanks.